Hello everybody, thank you very much for watching this video. I'm doing this video because of such pictures that I've been seeing. A pastor bury human beings in his church foundation. And I wonder, how can a pastor do something like this? Because we the Africans, we don't know what God means for us. And I wonder if the pastor himself understands the word God. I don't understand the reason why we, the Africans, we pray all night, every day. The churches are full. We have more churches than schools. And we keep on praying for God to bring us something. From my intelligence, I've been able to use 25 years studying of how things work and interview over 100 rich people. I found out that we, the Africans, we are very, very ungrateful to God. Let me repeat. Lack of knowledge. Africans become very, very ungrateful to God. God has given us all what He can. But we're still going to church and pray for God to bring us something again. There's no continent in this world that have gold, diamond, everything that's so rich than in Africa. But we still don't understand it. We still keep on praying for God to bring us something. Even China don't have a land to cultivate food, but they manage to cultivate food enough that they can sell food even to Africa. And we have a fertile land that God has given to us. And we are still hungry, praying for God to bring us food. There might be something wrong with us. And I can tell you what is wrong with us. What is wrong with us is we don't take possession of our mind. This is the reason why we are suffering. And the pastors keep on telling us stories. A pastor will rape someone's wife. A pastor will tell someone, your mom is doing you. And that person will go and kill his mom. A pastor killing someone, burying him in his church foundation. How can such things happen? My question to you, does the Satan live only in Africa? The answer is no. You see, I'm coming to tell you something. Listen carefully. I wanted to know what makes the Europeans rich and what makes we the Africans poor. And from 25 years study of how things work, I found out that the Europeans learned the law of success, the law of our God. And we the Africans, we just sit somewhere in the corner and we look and we're telling ourselves the Europeans or the Europeans are praying God. Instead of taking the possession of our mind and do the same, we say the Europeans are praying God. My brothers and sisters, God lives in you. Listen carefully. God lives in you. So don't let any pastor fool you. I'm very, very sad. I'm very, very sad because my mom died when I was 9 years old. My mom had a breast cancer, and the pastor told my mom he is going to heal her. So my mom didn't go to hospital. This is the reason why my mom died. It's very, very sad. A hospital is created by God. Everything you see in this universe is created by God. But the God has its law. So if you are sick, you have to go to hospital. If you are hungry, you have to search for food. If you want to create something, if you want to invent something, you don't go to church. You work all night. If you are hungry, you don't go to church. You search for food. If you are sick, you go to hospital. You don't go to church all night. You go to hospital. Because if you are sick and you go to church, you violate the law of your God and you will die. If you are hungry and you don't search for food and you go to church and you pray all night, you violate the law of your God, you will die. These are something we have to understand. Our God has its law. And we, the Africans, we become more ungrateful to God. I don't know what we expect God to do for us again. God has done all what He can for us, but we still keep on praying for God to bring us something again. And God is not coming to give us anything again, because all what He can, He has done for us. This is the law of the God. If I ask any African person, do you want to be rich? They all say, yes, I want to be rich. I want to be rich. Of course. Everyone wants to be rich. But even if you ask him to define the word rich, he can't even define the word rich. If you cannot define the word rich, it means you don't know even what you want. And if you don't know what you want, you can't get what you want. You have to learn the word success. If you don't learn the word success, you can't be successful. If you want to be rich, you first have to be successful. And to be successful, you have to give people what they need. You have to give something to people. Any African man want to be rich. But what are you giving? There's nothing for free. You have to give something for you also to receive something. In the Bible, it is written, give and you shall receive. The giving will start a unique process, and the answer is receiving. So how do you want to be rich? By sitting and praying to God for God to bring you something. It will not happen, my brothers and sisters. It will not happen. I repeat, 10,000 times it will not happen. So don't let any pastor fool you. By praying, you will get something. By praying alone, you will never get anything. Don't let someone fool you. The pastors take that advantage because we, the Africans, most of the Africans are lack of knowledge. So the pastors take that advantage and brainwash people, and people bringing them money, even if they don't have. The pastor will say, the money you give to God is not enough. I've never seen God coming from heaven to this continent in Africa or to this planet to correct any collection. It's human being always taking the collection. And it's human being always telling you about God. My brothers and sisters, God lives in you. So don't let anybody fool you. In the Bible, it is written, the one that lives in you is bigger than anyone in this world outside. So don't let anyone fool you. Learn the law of success. If you want to be rich, you have to give something to people. And to give something to people, you need a constant study of how things work. You need the constant study of the law of your God. And to find out how things work, you have to free your mind. Your mind have been prisoned from television you're watching, from friends you hang out with. So you have eyes, but you can't see. You have ears, but you can't understand. People that have ears have already understand what I'm trying to tell them. And people who have eyes have seen where I'm coming from. My question to you is that ask yourself, keep on asking yourself questions, and you will find an answer that will help you find your life. My question to you is that is possible that in Africa we worship God, the churches are full. Everywhere you go, the churches are full. And we still poor. We pray every time, but we still poor. Is it possible that God, people that love them, that love Him, people that love Him, pray all the time, God make them poor? Are you sure? If you are a father and your son love you so much, would you let him be poor? It's not possible. It is not possible. Because we don't understand what God has given us, so we cannot take what God has given us. This is the reason why we are suffering. This video is part 1. If you follow my step, I'm going to the part 2. I'm going to give you 5 rules that will change your life. Praying will never change anything. It's by doing that will change your life. My name is Joe Manson. You can follow me on YouTube or Facebook. You can search me on Facebook, Joe Manson, and ask me any question, and I will answer you. God lives in you, and you have to learn the law of your God and be free. God don't want anybody to be poor. No. Don't think you have to suffer on this earth. You have to die to go to heaven. My brothers and sisters, it is not true. God wants you to enjoy life. So if you don't enjoy life here, you are not going to enjoy life also in heaven. There's nothing like that. If we throw a corn, even one corn, in Africa, if you throw it on the floor, it will grow because our land is so fertile. But we are still hungry. Here in Europe, they have just 4 to 5 months to cultivate food. But they can cultivate food enough. Nobody is hungry here. And nobody, they go to church just once in Easter and once in Christmas. Sundays, you cannot see most of the people going to church. I can say maybe it's not even 5% going to church on Sunday. They go to, most of them have free, or they go to work. They do what they want. Because they know that God has given them, has done what He can, and they know the law of the God, and they can every time apply it when they need it. So it's time for us, the Africans, to learn the Lord, to learn the law of our God and follow the rules of our God. That will make us a beautiful continent. The reason why our president, our people, they don't know what they want to, they don't know what they're doing. Even our president, they don't know what they're doing because they don't take possession of their mind. They come on power, they don't know even what to say. They act like a ship on a sea without a compass. And a ship on a sea without a compass, the wind can blow it everywhere it wants. Unless we become a captain of our own ship and directed it where we want it to go, that will be the starting point where Africa will rise. And we have to stop disturbing God. We are very, very ungrateful to God. No continent have more gold than Africa. No continent have more diamond than Africa. We have oil. We have everything. And we are still hungry. And we are still praying for God to bring us something. God is not coming to bring us anything anymore. It is our turn to take possession of our mind. There's nothing we cannot do. If we learn the law and how to apply the law, there's nothing we cannot do. This is part 1. Please send it to anybody because I want people to understand themselves. And the part 1, I will give you the basis how to learn the law of your God. Thank you very much. My name is Joe Vincent.